Don't you dare call them dolls. They're collectibles. We're here to talk about a little different take on the Big Chief Studios collectible statues, and you know we're going to do it a little bit differently. David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome back. I know this is a really fun one because it's a great discussion about these amazing collectibles from Big Chief Studios. Now, you all probably have your Sideshow 1/6 figures or statues, whatever you call them. Don't call them dolls, right? These are new additions. These are pieces from Big Chief Studios who have come out and have really created, I think, a new level. But I'm just going to call it out right now. There are some amazing reviews of these pieces on YouTube. I'm telling you, you could find them all day long. And they're going to do such a better job than I could on articulation and detail and paint and movement and ball joints and all these other things that I probably have no business talking about. No, we're going to do it a little bit differently at the Bond Experience. We're going to review these in the approach of the fashion, the accessories, the lifestyle items, the experience that they create, and finally, do they truly capture the heritage of James Bond in these pieces? We're going to take a look right now. Now, before we begin diving into these, and by the way, all three of these are unopened because you're going to see me open these right in front of you to show the reveal. I have to admit, when I first saw and heard that these were coming out, I was not so much skeptical, but not overly excited. And then as more and more people started to receive these, I realized that these were more than just 1/6 scale figures or dolls. These were a really incredible capture of the Bond Experience because of the accessories, the styling, and all the parts and pieces that are put together. So let's jump into, obviously, this one right here, which is Bond. And to me, if you're going to have one, and why not have all three? If you're going to have one, this is the one to have. So you can see it pictured here. It's got this great kind of cellophane cover. By the way, these came packed incredibly well. So you see, obviously, the figure here in the box, and we can pull it out by just doing one of these. And again, this is real time, folks. This is not pretty. You want to see pretty reviews, go elsewhere. But this is just how we do it. So there we've got a beautiful image you can see right there. And this is something that is a very neat feature with these. There is a pull. You just bring these up. And although this is a very nice image, as you can see right here, watch this. Ta-da! That actually creates a background for your statue. So we're going to put that aside for a second to really take a look at what's in the box. Now, again, there's tons of reviews out there that go over, the booklets, and the booklets are, so well done. Look at that, nice little experience that goes on there. But you could start to see this clamshell design. We're gonna take him out of the box because we're talking about the sartorial, the clothing, and the accessories. So let's jump right to that. Well, here he is out of the box. And again, tons and tons of videos out there about the paint details, and they're all true. I mean, my gosh. There is some absolutely amazing detail on here. But what I'm going to focus on is, let's pull back a little bit, his suit. I mean, let's go back to Goldfinger, and this is everybody's favorite suit. And by the way, Goldfinger in and of itself, very smart of Big Chief, because this is probably the most popular James Bond film. When everybody says, what's your number one? It's this one. Casino Royale, close second, but everybody remembers this Anthony Sinclair suit. I mean, he wears a lot of suits in this movie, but this Glen check in dark gray and white, this fabric, it's I remember Matt Spazer saying this is a 2x2 hopsack basket weave. The jacket has Connery's usual two with narrow lapels. He's got the double vents. So let's take a look at that. And yes, of course, they captured the double vents in the back. Absolutely insane. The cuffs, 4 buttons, yep, they're there. So that's incredibly accurate. The shoulders are natural. They've got the sleeve heads, which is amazing that they were able to do this on this statue, this amazing piece, because there have been so many of these 1/6 figures where the costumes just don't look right because, you know, listen, it's a doll and it just doesn't seem to hang right. But this does hang correctly. You can see inside that the shoulders are natural. The trousers have the typical double forward pleated front. So let's take a look at that. Yes, they do. They have the pleated front right there. By the way, lining in the jacket, really, really nice detail. They've got the diagonal pocket, including the ticket pocket. The chest has a little bit of drape to it. And listen, the trousers are finished with plain bottoms instead of turn-ups in the movie. How about here? Yeah. So you don't have those, the pants with the cuffs. They have the correct cuffs, and really the dark gray lining is just like as in the rest of the suit. Now the shirt in the movie, the shirt itself has a really faint broken gray stripe and a spread collar, front placket, double cuffs. Listen, we're going to forgive them if they don't have those particular details, but the shirt collar really fits the bill. And let's not forget the tie. The tie and the linen handkerchief folded correctly and squared. So it doesn't have that kind of puffing out. It has the more traditional Connery and quite frankly Craig. And the linen handkerchief and the worsted sole, but he's got the navy silk tie. They could have gone black, they could have gotten it wrong, but they have the exact navy, and you could see those little holes through there, that it does replicate that type of, you know, navy silk tie, that knitted silk tie that's usually too casual or sporty for a worsted suit, but it's a very sporty suit, and thus the tie works. And again, that's all according to Matt Spazer, who I think is the expert on the subject. If we go down here and we take a look at the shoes, and again, I'm concentrating on the fashion right now. The shoes themselves, although relatively plain, truly are derby shoes. And those derby shoes, for this particular statue, that's accurate. I mean, derby shoes are not supposed to have anything too unusual, but if we take a look at the waistcoat, correct amount of pockets, correct amount of details. What I'm saying is here is not only does this faithfully replicate the Sean Connery look in the detail that you can see in other reviews, but from a sartorial, haberdashery, accessory type thing, it captures it perfectly. Now, I'll be frank with you. If they had just stopped at the suit, this would be an amazing addition to the collection if you just want to capture that Bond lifestyle type moment. But wait till you see the accessories that it comes with. Okay, just take a look at this. I mean, look at the mint julep here. Look at the mint representation in there. The bubbles looks just like that, but my gosh, check this out. Check out his watch with the strap. I mean, it's perfect. And the gold bar with all of the different markings on it. In fact, let's flip this over. This is the one that obviously Bond uses to entice a Goldfinger. Has got all the appropriate markings. It's upside down, but we're going to get it right so you can see it. There we go. I mean, look at that. That is some crazy detail. But you want crazy detail? Well, why don't you have the locator? Look at this. They have the locator. It actually opens up. It's got the small one that you can fit in there. And by the way, the small one can also fit in Bond's shoes, so it makes it even more incredible. Here's the bar from Fort Knox that Bond throws at Oddjob. You've got the Walther PPK, the silencer, and all the accoutrements. But look at this. This is where the insanity comes. I mean, look at the note with the pencil, with the appropriate size. I mean, that's insane. I've never seen anything like that with this many lifestyle accessory-like pieces that come with it that really make it all come together. Now for this next one, we're going to go for Goldfinger and see if we can really dive into his lifestyle as well. Look out. So we took off the top part so we can see and start digging in to what do we have under the surface here. So these are really well protected. I'm going to take Goldfinger apart. Aha, here we go. And we have a wonderful, wonderful image of obviously what this piece is going to look like. You can see it here. And that image pulls out, as you know, if we take both ends here, to the background. And each of these has an amazing background. This one has the chair and everything from his lair, if you will. That's really well done. Comes with the top secret piece here, of course. And let's dive in. Well, here we've got our good friend Auric. Nice to see you again, Auric. And this piece is no less impressive than the Sean Connery one. You can see here, it's got, actually this particular piece has a fat suit. I mean, it's no other way to say it. It's kind of blown up here, but you can see that he's wearing his gold vest. I mean, the guy likes to wear gold. He's got the traditional white collar and the black tie, but this suit jacket, this blazer, is perfectly constructed to what he would be wearing, even down to the brown boots. You can see these kind of kick back up boots. He's got the turn up cuffs, and it's appropriately baggy as Goldfinger wore. If we turn him around, still fits the bill of kind of that nice piece in the back. But you can see how what I love about this is that they didn't make it for like a quote-unquote 1/6 doll. They did it to really represent Auric himself in the way he was stylized. But look at the pieces that this comes with. This is where the rubber hits the road, I think. You've got your mint julep, so he can enjoy that with Bond. Absolutely fantastic, fantastic piece. Getting a little warbly there. But you can tell right off the bat that these pieces, although seemingly extra, really round out the character quite a bit. Okay, now you can see the mint julep really well. I mean, unbelievable detail. Here's one of those Nazi emblazoned pieces that they wind up golfing for. Look at the nerve gas. Is that the coolest thing? And behind that, you can actually see his pool cue that he uses to kind of act as a staff. There's his watch. All right. I mean, that bright, shiny gold watch, unmistakable, with a pair of his gloves and the hat. You could probably fit that hat on him. And of course, the gold gun, the golden gun that he uses at the end of the movie, and the brick that you see in Fort Knox. All the pieces are there. We can even probably take the hat. I'm sure they did it so you could wear it appropriately. Oh, look. Oh, Goldfinger, you are sporting. Not quite there, but we'll get it. We'll get it. But the fact that they come with all of these experiential pieces really just finishes it off perfectly. We've got to see one of our favorites, though. You know it's there. Mr. Oddjob. I have a feeling this next fella is going to be my favorite. Oddjob, let's make your debut happen. All right. We have this pull-out piece here that we talked about before. That gives it a really, really interesting background. So we're going to pull this out. And once we pull this out, you can turn it around and... cool. Come on. That's so cool. Check it out. That is the interior. I'll bend it like this so you can see it without the shine. That's going to be the background. And of course, it's got the statue. It's got that place in Pinewood Studios where we had that famous shot where he throws his hat. So we know that there's a hat coming up in our future. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, on his stand. Which, by the way, these stands light up when you press the side here, which we'll show you a little bit later. But there he is in all his glory. By the way, right away, you got to see this. I mean, I hope the camera's justifying that, but damn, it's got his ring. That's crazy, crazy lifestyle detail. So first of all, we got to talk about our boy Oddjob here. First of all, he's wearing his servant's dress, and it is. It's a black lounge, same type of outfit that Bond wears for his wedding. It's a black button 3 jacket. It's got a really high button stance and high lapel notches, which are definitely flattering to a shorter man than Oddjob is. But hey, listen, the jacket's got a 3 button cuffs. So let's take a look at that. You can see here, yes, they did get that detail correct. Nicely done. He's supposed to have some fitted issues because he's a big guy, but he wears a matching 5 button waisted waistcoat. All right, there it is with the pockets. He's got the straight over pockets. He's got no handkerchief, but he's supposed to be having the kind of wingtip collar, which he does there. And of course the black tie, which he does, and just straightening him out a little bit. All right, so there you see him in all of his glory. The cashmere stripe pants, let's talk about those. Those are great tones, originally from a morning dress, but commonly worn with black lounge. Oddjob's trousers have double forward pleats, plain hems. So let's take a look at that. Yep, that is correct. His white shirt, like we said, has a wing collar and a front placket and double cuffs. And yeah, Big Chief got that one right too. Absolutely amazing when it comes to the outfits. And that's the thing that's really standing out, is this black military-like derby shoes. All of these details are not usually seen in pieces like this. But then you throw in the whole craziness of the accessories. And let's take a look at these. So first of all, you've got Oddjob's watch. I apologize if it's not coming through perfectly. But there is his gun with silencer. But of course, probably everybody's favorite piece right here is the statue head. And again, you can imagine how well it goes into that that background that we saw before. And I think I showed you the hand. I did, with the ring, amazing detail, and the brick that Connery shoves at him. But check this out. And I know that my camera, unfortunately, is not going to do this justice, so I apologize. But the golf ball. The golf ball that he crushes, you could put it into a hand. And it's not just enough that they give you his hat, but it has to be, of course, his hat with the steel rim, which you can imagine just connected with that. It just serves all types of purposes. So maybe Oddjob wants to wear that. Is that a yes, Mr. Job? I think you do. Yeah. Okay. But it looks good on, it looks good off. By the way, it comes with a ton of other hand grips that you could have him throwing the hat. This is, again, there are much better videos to talk about posability and what you can do. I'm here to talk about the sartorial and the clothing aspect and the details. And yes, Oddjob captures this menacing aspect. But the fact that Oddjob is a buttoned up servant, and he captures all of those servant aspects while still maintaining a very intimidating view. And by the way, if I had put batteries into this whole area lights up. But again, I implore you to go check out those reviews online that don't just focus on the Bond lifestyle and clothing and accessory aspect like I am. So I've got to tell you, there was a lot of different journeys that went through my head when even thinking about reviewing these, acquiring these, etc. And that is the fact of, does this fit in my collection? I mean, I have a very heritage-oriented, obviously Bond experience from a clothing standpoint, props, full-size one-to-one pieces, but I like to collect things that are very, kind of that heritage access, historical connection with Bond. These fit the bill only because of what I just reviewed with you. I mean, look at this stance right here that I've got Connery in. I mean, that's insane. He's drinking his mint julep. He's got his hand going into his pocket. I mean, the fashion aspects and the details all start to come together. Marry that with the accessories that we've all collected and tried to connect with over the years, and you suddenly have three pieces that really capture those moments, whether it's Odd Job and his outfit and his details, or Goldfinger. And they kind of all go together. I mean, I thought a lot about, would I be okay just collecting Connery? Maybe I'll just stick with the Bonds. But I like the fact that these all come together. And let's face it, there are limited things that we Bond collectors can collect right now, appease ourselves with. So this is fantastic that we have these. I know that we have Live and Let Die ones coming out next. I'm really excited about that. Roger Moore, Baron Samedi, obviously, and Domino. I'm dying for a Craig series. I'm hoping they do Casino Royale, which would be amazing to have Vesper and Le Chiffre and Bond, obviously. Daniel Craig, not Craig, Daniel Craig. Did I get that right? But I love what they did here with Big Chief. I think they're affordable, but obviously they're investments. They're kind of heirloom heritage pieces. I'm really liking them, obviously. I like the details and everything. So Big Chief was great about this. I mean, they're fans of the Bond experience. I think they're fans of all of us fans because they're fans of James Bond. Could that be more confusing, David? So one of the things that they're offering, and we'll put up the details here, is they're offering, if you give a code BOND20, you will get $20 off. So if you'd like to get Sean Connery, you'll get $20 off of that. Odd Job, you'll get $20 off of that, or get them all, whatever you have. But all you have to do is enter Bond20 into your checkout where it says promo, and you're going to get $20 off. And that's just a thank you that they wanted to do to all the followers and watchers of the Bond experience. So thank you for that, Big Chief. Thanks for letting us review these and pick them apart and look to see if you caught all the details. And clearly you are geeks like us because you caught every single one. And we can't wait to take a look at the next one. Anyway, this has been David Zaritsky for the Bond experience. I'm not going to play with these, but I am going to organize them in a really cool fashion. I got to figure out where the hell am I going to put them. I'll find a place. We'll see you very soon. Take care. Oh, hey, you're still here. I didn't even know. You listen, while you're here, if you want, so I would actually go to this button right here and click on it, because then you actually subscribe to our vlogs. It's amazing. You get to see all the upcoming stuff first. You get notifications. It screams at you while you're at work. It's absolutely amazing. Just click on this button, hit subscribe. Just move your cursor, move.